everybody. Full house tonight. Very special people here. It's exciting. Anyway, welcome to the meeting. The board is present, fully present, so we have an official meeting. And to start this evening off, we have some special recognitions, extremely special recognitions. And the first one, I'm not going to say too much about it, but Alex Odepol and Columbia River Principal and Michelle Giovanazzi from the board will do the honors.
Good afternoon, Dr. Webb, members of the board, and community guests. My name is Alex Odepol, and I'm the principal of Columbia River High School. Today I'm here to introduce teacher Jason Phelps and our 10th grade artist Christine Choi. Jason is a 13-year veteran teacher in Vancouver Public Schools, and for the past 6 years has taught International Baccalaureate Art at Columbia River. It is worth noting that the pass rate of students who take art classes with Jason have a 99% pass rate on the IB exams. Jason has collaborated with various local businesses, community groups, and government agencies to ensure that arts are celebrated in our community. Today, Jason will share some of the accomplishment of one of his rising stars, Christine Choi. Please welcome Jason.
So Christine is being recognized for her work Forest, which was awarded the Gold Key in Drawing and Illustration from the Scholastic Art Committee. On this criteria, all art and writing submissions are judged based on the program's 3 criteria: originality, technical skill, and emergence of personal vision or voice. Student works are first judged regionally through the more than 100 local committees. The Scholastic Art and Writing Awards is the nation's longest running and most prestigious scholarship initiative for creative teams across the country in grades 7 through 12. Notable lists of alumni recipients include Stephen King, Sylvia Plath, Robert Redford, and Andy Warhol. For nearly a century, the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards have not only provided a launching pad for many extraordinary artists and writers, but also lets millions of teens know that creative thinking, problem solving, and experimentation serve them well in any path they choose in life. And this is where Christine comes in. I'm honored to be Christine's art teacher for the last couple of years. She represents the energy and creativity that Columbia River's IB art program strives to achieve. As we all know, success is the product of hard work and the guidance of many. Christine takes additional art classes outside school from her other teacher, Young Boon Gi. And the success we see here is undoubtedly the product of her willingness to put in the extra time to develop her skills and creativity in the arts. In addition to this success that we're speaking about today, there's another one. I need to mention that Christine was also awarded first place in the Congressional Art Competition, where she's invited to travel to Washington, D.C. in June to view her work in the Capitol building. So to end, I'd just like to say congratulations to Christine and on these awesome accomplishments, and thanks for letting me be your art teacher. It's pretty awesome.
Good evening. I would just like to say that I'm humbled and honored after hearing about Christine's ability. Those of us who have no artistic ability have even a greater appreciation for those who are truly gifted and talented in the way that Christine is. Christine, your creativity is an inspiration to those around you. One of the unique things about art and your ability to express yourself in that way is that you bring beauty to everybody. You don't just bring beauty to yourself or those immediately around you, but to the greater world. And that's truly a gift that you bring to others. And I would encourage you to continue to follow your practice and continue to follow your art wherever life leads you, whatever endeavor or adventure you take. Always keep that. Sometimes it's easy to get busy in the everyday of life, but as you get older, make sure you tap into that creativity and continue to express yourself, because again, it's truly a gift. Congratulations.
Okay, let's move on to the next special recognition. Fort Vancouver High School, we have John Schultz, the athletic director from Fort, and Mark Soper from the board.
Good afternoon, members of the board, Dr. Webb, cabinet, and guests. I'm John Schultz, the athletic director, associate principal at Fort Vancouver. And to my right, I have Mike Wachowski, our golf coach, and we have the very famous Spencer Tibbits, who won his third 3A state championship this past spring. He was state champion as a freshman. He was second as a sophomore, and he won the championship both his junior and his senior year. So Spencer is off to go to Oregon State University on a golf scholarship. And I asked him why Oregon State, and he says, well, he really loves Oregon State, plus he gets to travel to Arizona and California to golf. So congratulations to Spencer Tibbits and his coach, Mike.
Well, Spencer, on behalf of the entire board, I want to congratulate you on this great achievement. I was actually looking through my notes, and I discovered that I was also able to recognize you your freshman year as a state champion. And I said at that time I thought we'd see you back again as a two-time champion, and here you are as a three-time champion, so that's quite a feat. Spencer had to go a little overtime in the golf tournament to win the state championship. I know he was in the clubhouse expecting to win, but for those of us that like watching golf, watching a winner win in the clubhouse is really only fun for the winner. We want to see him win on the green. So he had to come back out and play an overtime hole, and he won on the first overtime hole. So that's pretty special. So congratulations. Good luck at Oregon State. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you again.
Okay, we have another special recognition, and this is Skyview Tennis. A few awards in here. And Jim Gray from his principal, Skyview, and, sorry?
It's going to be, sorry.
Oh, Luke didn't tell me that, that's fine. Luke McCann, I should know. We were on stage the other night. Anyway, Luke McCann will take care, and I will fill in.
I've been called a lot worse in my life, so I'll take that. Good evening, Dr. Webb, school board directors, and members of the Vancouver community. Skyview High School tennis has been highlighted in recent years by several state championships from our female athletes. The girls' tennis team has been a force throughout the state of Washington, establishing themselves as a premier athletic program. Well, times have changed. The boys' tennis team entered uncharted territory this year with two major accomplishments, both at the individual and team level. Coach Jay Gowan leads both tennis programs at Skyview and has established a culture of excellence that is unmatched in our area. Please welcome Coach Jay Gowan to share.
Dr. Webb, school board, community members, I love these kids. So we can define the year that we had as a men's tennis program by the slogan that's going on our t-shirts, Rise Above. Andrew Cabasi, Chris Shepard, Joey Gaylor, and our entire men's tennis team deserve all the credit for their success in and outside the classroom, including a team GPA of 3.8, which makes us very proud of them as student athletes. All season long, our team overcame miles of adversity to become champions, overcoming slumps, losing streaks, injuries, opponent sportsmanship, many other challenges that might have kept others down. But these champions kept rising. Our entire program rose up together all year long. Chris Shepard and Joey fought back in their state second round match after losing a one-sided first set, being down 5-2 in the third set to win an epic third set tiebreaker. This comeback gave us critical team points for our first men's team state championship in school history. Andrew Cabasi was already the best player in Southwest Washington in his first 2 seasons, but solidified his status as a champion at state. Having not won a match in his previous 2 state appearances, his family, teammates, coaches, and especially Andrew himself never stopped believing he could achieve his dream. He never gave up. Andrew overcame huge adversities in both the semifinals and finals, including losing the first set in both and being down 5-2, and then fighting off 5 match points to come back and win that semifinal match. He took his mental and physical tennis game to levels I have never seen before, and with his power, placement, touch, class, and heart-filled determination, Andrew earned the first men's singles state championship in school history. Congratulations to Andrew and our entire men's tennis team on a historic year of achievements. We couldn't be prouder of each of them for all their achievements, and we couldn't be prouder of them as athletes and students.
So, wow, you guys. So, were you seated, Jay? I mean, before the tournament?
We had, one of the regional tournaments, put me at either one or two seats.
So you were, oh, they didn't see the tournament, okay. So the team wasn't seated either.
We were a big underdog, though.
So I listened to the video of these gentlemen, and I know the coach here concealed something along the way as Andrew kicked rear end. Talk about being humble. So he says, you know, if I got the quotes right, you know, I didn't know if I was going to really beat him or not, but I got on top, and I thought, well, heck, I can beat this guy. And he goes ahead and becomes the state champion, which elevated the entire team to a level because of their doubles play and all this other stuff. I mean, talk about a team, talk about humble. These guys are example for all of us of greatness and how to do greatness and championship with pride and style. So I commend you all for that. And on behalf of the board, I want to thank you for being gracious and outstanding at the same time. So good job, team. So we have another special recognition from Skyview. And I'm going to let Luke handle this as well, and Kathy Gillespie is going to handle this, and I'll let them share with us this award, State Award.
Again, thank you to the school board and Dr. Webb for allowing us to highlight some student athletes tonight. Coach Steve Kaiser is best known for his highly touted Skyview football team, both on and off the field. Coach Kaiser is committed to preparing his student athletes for success after high school. Along with guiding the Storm on Friday nights, Coach Kaiser had the opportunity to lead one of our track athletes to an amazing finish to the spring sports season. Competing against hundreds of athletes throughout the state, one Skyview track star was able to separate himself from the others. Here to share more about this exciting accomplishment is Coach Steve Kaiser.
Thanks, Luke. I learned from Dale Rice that I'll be short because I was listening to you at graduation. But it's an honor to Coach Connor Jensen. He holds both the shot and the discus record at Skyview, and we've had some really talented people. This year he finished second in the shot put by about 6 inches, and then he won the discus by 10 feet. So, and he beat a guy that won, who was a 3-time state champion from South Kitsap. So it was a heck of an upset, and I was really proud of him. Connor has a scholarship to Concordia next year, which is a pretty good gig, going to school, just throwing the shot in the disc. And I really believe that he won the state championship because he outworked everybody. And I know he'll do well, and we're really proud of Connor Jensen at Skyview High School. Thank you.
So after reading Connor's story, he's my new hero. And I also believe you should be a new superhero for the Marvel comic series. So Connor had to qualify to get into the finals, and he was nearly not going to qualify because you had a foot fault, right? Two. So he's on the ropes. He asked the guy that he beat, who's his friend, they've competed for a long time together, what should I do? Should I stand still and heave it, or should I do the spin? Which is tricky because with all those foot faults, you know. So what does he do? He gives a great spin, right, and gets into the finals, and then just crushes it after that. So in so many ways, I admire you. What poise and guts and courage and just a determination to either go out like by failing or to win big. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage. You had it's just such heart. I really admire your story, and I'm so happy that you were successful. And I hope that you know, as you go forward, you never lose that willingness to lose it all and to try and do something really great. I really admire that, so congratulations.
Okay, so moving on to our famous board reps. We're going to get reports from our student reps from the various high schools, and we're going to start with Celeste Bernstein from Arts and Academics.
Dr. Webb, members of the board, and community guests, for the very last time, my name is Celeste Bernstein, and I'm here representing the Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. And tonight I'm just going to give you an overview of the wonderful things that happened at my school this year that I'm proud of. First off, this wonderful yearbook, that's the cover of it in the background that you see. The scroll is on yearbook staff, and it's just super wonderful. I'm so happy with it. So in the fall, we had our fall show. I was in it, Pirates of Penzance. If you guys feel like you've heard a lot about theater this year, that's because I'm part of the theater program. So the two pictures, top and bottom, are from that. And then the middle one is from our fall dance, which was Goosebumps theme, the book series, the estimated movie. We had Spirit Week, we had Run for the Arts, which is kind of ironic because we ran to raise money for the arts. And then we had an 18-hour film festival that our film department put on in between all the movies that they just premiered at our own little award show that we do at our school. A lot happens in the winter. We had a Jazzy Nutcracker. On March 3rd, we had a theme day, Day of the Irish, for our school theme, and so all of these images are from that event. Ate Irish food and watched dancing, listened to music, really wonderful things. And in lieu of that, the Children's Theatre Company at our school put on a little show with folk tales from the British Isles. We had a Winterfest ASB decorate the entire school. As you guys know, it was very, very winter festive because we actually had so much snow. We had a caring week, and then our winter formal was Casino Cornell. And finally, in the spring, our spring show, Voice of the Prairie, was an absolutely stunning show. I hope some people here had a chance to see it. We had Dave Caring, she's head of that as well. We had prom. I went, it was super fun, it was at the Hilton, our yearbook release, as I mentioned, and last night I had the pleasure of attending graduation and watching some people that I grew up with graduate, and it was absolutely beautiful. One of my closest friends spoke, and I was just so impressed and proud of her with her speech. So this is Castine Cook. She is going to be a rep for next year. She is going to be a senior next year. She focuses in photography. Castine is the editor of the photo magazine. It's called Chroma. She is a David Caring coordinator. I talked about that event a couple of months ago. An employee at Auntie Annie's. Next year she is editor of Yearbook. She's a current junior entering senior year. She likes to ski, is planning to study graphic design and marketing, and is your school board rep for next year. Lastly, I just included some images of the Chroma magazine because I think it's absolutely beautiful. The image on the left is one of Castine's. And thank you so much. It's been an honor presenting to you each and every month, and have a wonderful summer.
Good evening, Dr. Webb, members of the board, and special guests. My name is Trisha Beavers from Hudson's Bay High School, and I guess today I'm going to talk about celebrating new beginnings because I'm a senior and I just graduated. So just a couple things that I achieved as a senior. I applied and I was accepted into 6 universities, including private, public, and out of state. That was University of Southern California, University of Washington, where I plan on attending in August, University of Portland, Eastern, Western, and Central Washington. I received over $60,000 in scholarship money. And let me tell you, all I did was apply to scholarships this year. So I think it paid off pretty well. And then 2 days ago at graduation, I received the Citizenship Award from my school, which was a really high honor, and I was very proud of myself for that. These are just a few pictures and like a list of some of the scholarships that I won. That's actually me and Dr. Webb up there. That was from the Rotary Scholarship Luncheon. There's also a picture of me with some of the other Comcast leaders and achievers, and a few other scholarships that I've received from Kaiser, from my school's foundation, from University of Washington, from Washington State, and from Salal Credit Union. So something that I'm also really proud of from Bay is our Mr. Hudson's Bay boys. This year they worked really hard, put in a ton of hours, they fundraised, they practiced, they did a lot this year, and I was really proud of all of their effort, and they raised almost $37,000 for Dornbecker Children's Hospital, which I was proud of. That's an awesome accomplishment to do. And I guess my closing remarks are this: just thank you so much for letting me talk with you guys all year, for letting me brag about Bay and all of our achievements. And then these are just pictures of some of my closest friends. And that thing we're kneeling in front of, that's part of our senior gift that we gave. It's a bench with a mosaic of our senior wall. We had 2 of them. That one was just for the Hudson's Bay Foundation, like a thank you to them. And the other one says Class of 2017. So with that, I would like to introduce Daniel Trench. He will be your new school board representative next year. Daniel does cross country and track. He was a featured artist in the state competition this year. He has a social media marketing program, and he was recognized for career development at the Clark County Youth Competition this past Saturday. Daniel, do you have to say anything before?
It's an honor being here.
And with that, thank you and have a good summer.
Good evening, Dr. Webb, members of the board, and community guests. My name is Grace Eversole, and I'm from Skyview High School. Today I will be talking to you about my accomplishments, and my first accomplishment is I'm proud to say that I've had a 4.0 from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade, and it took hours upon hours upon hours of studying late nights, also staying in tutorial and working with my teachers, and of course doing all my homework. And I would always go in and ask teachers for help if I had questions or anything. If you asked any of my teachers about me, they would definitely say, yep, she asks a lot of questions. Also, recently we had the Stormy Awards, and it's new this year actually, and I got Athlete of the Year for women. I got it for my hard work and dedication on and off the field, also playing good soccer. I actually got, during league, I got Player of the Year, which was very exciting. Next, I will be attending Western Washington University this fall, which I'm very excited, and I'll be majoring in environmental science or biology. Also, I'll be playing for the women's team. I got 2/3 scholarship, soccer scholarship, and I got the president's scholarship of $3,000, and that was for academics. Lastly, and most recently, I'm very proud of my 2017 graduation speech, which was on Saturday, and it took a lot of time, hard work, and perseverance, but it was definitely worth it, and it brought me a lot of excitement. Going up there, of course, at first in front of 7,000 people was nerve-wracking, but I just had to bring it all together and calm myself down. But as soon as I got up there, it all went away, and it was definitely a big accomplishment for me, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I hope for the future that I'll get to have an opportunity like that again, because it was truly amazing. Thank you. And here is Tyler Church, our next year's board rep. One sec, I have a few notes on him.
He plays tennis, right?
Yeah, he loves to play tennis, so you all know that. And he also loves long walks on the beach.
Pizza's his favorite food.
Something interesting is he plays piano. He's also in Skyview ASB class, and I worked with him for multiple years. And after school, he wants to serve a 2-year mission. Tyler, you have anything to say?
I'm just excited to hang out with you guys for the rest of next year. So.
So I have to say something, because I was witness to Grace's speech, and it was impressive. I mean, honestly, it was a spectacular speech for anyone, not only a student, but it did a good job. I'm very impressed. That's why I hugged you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize if I shouldn't have. I couldn't help it. Julie Hayes, Columbia River.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Good afternoon, Dr. Webb, members of the board, and community guests. My name is Julie Hayes, and I will be representing Columbia River as school board rep for the last time this year. And I'll be reflecting on what some of my accomplishments were this year, and what I think some of the accomplishments of the school were. So, some personal accomplishments. I completed my first year of full IB with mostly LAs. Hopefully it stays that way till school ends. I was pretty involved with extracurriculars at my school. I did track for the first time. I did cheer again, and I was in the play. I was voted National Honor Society president, so I'm very excited for that next year. I will also be community outreach representative for ASB, so hopefully putting in a lot of hours of service for the community. I'm really excited about it. And overall, I just had a lot of fun this year with my friends, doing lead crew, going to football games, and that's a picture of when I got asked to prom. And then some school accomplishments. I'm really proud of how our school came together as a community. I think we emphasized a lot this year was kindness with just Love Week, and the guest speaker we had, John Norland, he really emphasized that message. And when we had the tragedies, everybody came together and was really kind and respectful, and I'm just really proud of my school for that. I was also very proud of all the graduating seniors. I got to help at senior awards and graduation for a bit, so I got to see some of the speeches. And I was really happy to look at my senior friends and just all of them and see what they've done. And I'm excited for where they will go. And then also all the sports and club victories. There's a lot, so I'm not going to list them. And then finally, I'm going to introduce Claire, your next year representative. She will be a sophomore next year. Her hobbies include rowing. She plans to do cross country, and she also draws. Her favorite movie is Disney's Brave. And when I asked her, she said she is most excited for all the new people coming to ASB next year. Would you like to say anything?
I'm just really excited about getting to spend the next year talking to you guys about Vancouver.
And that's it. Thank you all for letting me talk, and I hope you have a great summer.
Yes, my name is Elizabeth Korn, graduate from Fort Vancouver High School Center for International Studies, and I'm here tonight to talk about some of my personal accomplishments and some things that I'm most proud of. So starting off, everybody has talked about this, but graduation, this is something that I'm most proud of. I graduated with honors while also being in the National Honor Society for 3 years, medical magnet for 4 years, and then ASB and Red Cross, and not to mention I did graduate being in top 10% of my class, and then having parents as like immigrants who never really graduated high school, it wasn't really drilled in their minds to finish high school, so it was an honor being able to like experiencing it with them, and showing them that I was capable of setting my mind to anything. One of my biggest accomplishments was being accepted into the University of Washington, which was one of my like dream schools I've always dreamt of going to ever since I was a little girl. Not to mention I did get a full ride to the University of Washington this fall, where I would be attending to major in nursing. So go dogs, by the way. And then another thing I'm most proud of is being part of ASB. We spent so many hours and so much of our energy like trying to make the school a better place, and like being able to serve the body, the student body. I just love what ASB stands for as a whole, and being able to give back to the school without getting anything in return. And just seeing like how much the school has grown together and how much we made an impact, it was really amazing. And so I just put in some pictures of our Spirit Days. And then here's some more pictures I put of like some memories about the school years. And then introducing our new school board rep, this is Antonio. He is our ASB president for next year. He's going to be an upcoming senior. And then he is a part of this band that he does. He manages it. So anything you want to say? And then lastly but not least, to end off this presentation by a quote from the movie Legally Blonde, if anybody has seen it, by the beautiful Reese Witherspoon. We did it! Atterbury from Vancouver Flex Academy. This month, I was asked about why I'm proud about of my school. I'm proud because we created a new student advocacy. The U.S. Bank awarded us $10,000 grant. Our student leadership and ASB team planned and completed 2 very successful school functions, our winter party and our prom, and our 3rd graduating class. Now I would like to introduce you to our next school year's rep, Haley Whitworth. She is a 9th grader at Flex currently and is a leadership student as well as an avid student, and also represents France in Mali UN. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm just excited to tell you guys more about Flex next year. Thank you and have an amazing summer.
Good afternoon, Dr. Webb, members of the board and community guests. My name is Janessa Higgs and I'm here representing Vancouver iTech Preparatory. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about my personal accomplishments as well as my school's accomplishments for the 2016-17 academic year. To start, I'm going to talk about my accomplishments. Last quarter in winter, I got a 4.0 GPA at Clark, which made my overall GPA a 3.5, and hopefully it stays that way. I was also elected to be the Key Club president for the upcoming school year. It was my first year of doing full-time Running Start, and it was obviously very successful. And I scored in the 79th percentile on the SATs. Now, iTech's accomplishments. We have our second graduating class, which is continuing our 100% graduation rate. 3 of our iTech sophomores qualified for the Robotics Worlds competition. We had a Science of Hate project that iTech students participated in and presented at Clark College. And our English teacher, Ms. Kuna, was one of 2 finalists for the Educator of the Year award. And now our next year's school board rep, her name is Sophia Zabel. She's going to be a sophomore. She's very outgoing and kind and passionate about everything she's involved in. And she was also elected to be the Key Club treasurer next year. Can I say anything?
I'm very thankful for the opportunity to get to work with you all next year. Thank you.
Move on with our agenda. Dr. Webb, do we have communications from
Pat?
Pat, do we have any?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, anything signed up? Dave, did you want to speak to her? No, okay. Any written communications?
No written correspondence the board has not already seen.
All right. So let's get a motion to approve some minutes from the last April 11th, April 13th, April 25th meetings.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Okay. Second.
Second
Any
clarifying,
questions?
it was March 13th instead of April 13th.
But that's
For the record.
March 13th? March 13th. No?
My apology, I will fix that. It's actually the April 13th for
Is it?
minutes that are loaded, yes.
It's okay, whatever the correct date is.
So Aaron, it's April, for the record, it's April 11th, 2017 regular meeting, April 13th, 2017 special meeting, April 25th, 2017 regular meeting.
That is correct.
Okay, great. Thanks, Dr. Webb. It's tough getting those minutes done sometimes. Anyway, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Can we move on to consent now? Can I get a motion for consent?
So moved.
Any second?
Second.
Any discussion about consent? Hearing none. All in favor of consent?
Aye.
Aye. Dr. Webb, you want to intro someone?
Yes, with your action on the consent employment report, you've acted on the appointment of the principal at Fir Grove and Gate for next year. And I'd like to introduce to you Jeremy Burles, who is in the audience. So Jeremy, welcome to the Vancouver Public Schools family.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for waiting.
Yeah, patiently waiting. You probably do a lot of that in your profession. Okay, Dr. Webb, regular business. Now, first one, it's up to you.
Yes, the first item of regular business is a recommendation to approve purchase agreement number 201700X, Wi-Fi routers.
There you go.
In support of the district's Design 2 strategic priorities to expand a one-to-one student computing model providing anytime, anywhere access to online content and digital tools, the district is recommending purchase of 1,000 cellular Wi-Fi routers. These devices will be issued to students who do not have reliable access to the internet in their home as an enhancement to the technology levy-funded phased one-to-one technology deployment. And as the board is aware, this is about equity and access to all, closing the homework gap, and this should take broadband connectivity penetration in homes to 100%. As part of a Connect Ed grant from Sprint, the district will receive the cellular data services for these devices free for 4 years, a savings of nearly $2 million. The fund source is the general fund. It's a recommendation that the board of directors approve the purchase of 1,000 cellular Wi-Fi routers from Sprint in the amount of $89,136, plus applicable Washington State sales tax to meet the internet connectivity needs of underserved students.
You have a recommendation, can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
To approve.
Second.
Okay, good. Any discussion about this?
Well, in our Design 2 workshop that we just had, we got to talk more in depth about what this represents, and the superintendent alluded to it with an eye toward equity. And I think it's worth highlighting again that I don't know, I mean, maybe a lot of districts are able to provide 100% coverage in a district where we have more than half of our students with free and reduced lunch, and some schools at 80 and 90%, but I doubt it. So what happened here was the commitment was made to equity, to every student having equal access, and then the people involved essentially worked magic to keep finding. And I'm sure they had a lot more doors closed than they had opened in terms of partners being willing to grant, $2 million in equipment, or, whatever the circumstances were. So I just want to commend Steve and his team for sticking with that instead of saying, we got to 90% and that's good enough, or we got to 95 and that's good enough. And I really respect that, so thank you very much.
I would agree. Leveraging $2 million of services for a $90,000 cost is a huge home run.
Pretty good math.
So, great job, and great value to the district, and certainly to our families that need that service.
And as Kathy pointed out, it's a commitment to all of our students, not just the easy ones to provide service for. So that's a big deal. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Dr. Witt.
The next item of regular business is a recommendation to approve lease agreement number 2017-010 student iPads in support of the district's Design 2 strategic priorities to expand a one-to-one student computing model, providing anytime, anywhere access to online content and digital tools. The district is recommending purchase of 6,000 Apple iPads. iPads purchased under this lease agreement will primarily be provided to 3rd and 4th grade students at all elementary schools, plus middle school students at Alki and Mac, as a continuation of the technology levy-funded refresh. Funding source is the general fund. It's a recommendation that the board of directors approve the purchase of 6,000 Apple iPads in the amount of $1,794,000 plus applicable Washington State sales tax to meet the one-to-one computing needs for the district's students, and have the board president and secretary execute a 48-month lease agreement with Apple Financial Services to finance this purchase, to include an annual payment of $486,174 commencing in the 2016-17 fiscal year, for a total lease amount of $1,944,696.
We have a recommendation. May I get a motion for approval of agreement 2017-010 student iPads?
Move to approve.
How do you usually do that? Second? Okay, Rosemary's a second. Any discussion with the iPads?
Did you mention in your report, Dr. Webb, that Apple waived the interest on this agreement?
I did not.
Yeah. No, it's in here.
Yes.
So I just wanted to point out that, for our taxpayers, it's a lot of money. 6,000 iPads sounds like a lot, but because of the relationship that the district has created with Apple, they waive interest and fees. So it's demonstrating additional value, respect for the taxpayer dollar. We receive a dollar, we expect to deliver more than $1 worth of value back to our taxpayers. Congratulations to the team. Was that you? Okay. Somebody else. Steve. Congratulations. Thank you.
Good comments. Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Dr. Webb?
The next item of regular business is a recommendation to approve purchase agreement number 2017-019, resurfacing of running track at Skyview High School. The running surface on the track at Skyview High School has reached its useful lifespan and needs replacing. The surface is the original surface installed in 1996. The scope of the project includes removing the worn existing surface, placing a new rubberized surface, and placing new lane striping. The total cost is $236,037.80 plus Washington State sales tax. And as the board is aware, this is connected to our recent bond election. Fund source is the Capital Projects Fund. It's the recommendation that the Board of Directors approve a contract with Field Turf USA in conjunction with Benyon Sports Services through a KCDA cooperative bid for the resurfacing of the running track at Skyview High School in the amount of $236,037.80 plus Washington State sales tax.
The recommendation, I get a motion.
Move for approval.
Second? Second from Rosemary. Any discussion about Skyview's running track?
We talked about this in contract meeting, and it's hard to believe Skyview is over 20 years old. It feels like it's not that old, but it is. And we talked about surfacing, and of course technology now is better than it was 22 years ago. So this track will allow for not only a decent track again, but it will allow us to maintain that track in a much better way so that we can extend the life of it. So it's a good choice.
And there's holes in the track.
Yes, there
My
are.
wife and I wander around it occasionally. I'm being a good husband. Which is rare, so.
Just don't fall in any holes.
That's right.
And as a reminder, Skyview's not the only one getting a new track.
Yeah.
They're just first.
Yeah, good point. Thank you.
Because it's so bad.
Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Dr. Webb, we're moving on to...
No superintendent's report tonight?
No superintendent's report, wow. So we're going to recess to an executive session for 1 hour to discuss personnel, performance of a public employee. We'll be back in an hour or so if you care to stick around, all you people.